Hey Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. I have daily content on here about all things clinical research, biotech, and life sciences. I just wanted to make a quick video on what is a clinical trial because there's a lot of new people looking to get into the space. A clinical trial is an experiment designed to answer a question generally around whether a drug or a medical device or a medical procedure is safe and or effective. In the case of a diagnostic, it's the same thing, safe or effective. They are done any place that patients go to get medical care or receive medical treatment, which range from large academic institutions to small mom and pop medical clinics like the one that I work with here in Yuma, Arizona. Lots of specialists. Every single type of specialty is covered in research. Every single type of specialty has research. Rare disease to oncology to psychiatry to pulmonary to whatever you can think of, there is clinical research for it. Now, there is an ethics committee which makes sure that there is no unnecessary harm or risk being placed on study participants. So we don't call people who join studies patients, unfortunately, even though we do at the research clinics. The industry does not refer to them as patients because technically clinical research is not medical care or medical treatment. But it is fantastic medical oversight and medical supervision, and the clinics work really hard to produce and provide a really good experience for the patients involved. Now, a sponsor is usually a pharmaceutical or a biotechnology company that pays, that's why they're called sponsor, for the entire study. There are also companies in between the site, which is the clinics that I've discussed, where patients are actually seen, that oversee everything. These are called usually contract research organizations, and they monitor the study to ensure that this site staff is conducting the study as per good clinical practice and following the protocol. Every study has a protocol. Now, I have a 4-hour video on my channel that you should go watch because it talks about all these details. But in general, this is what a clinical trial is. Phase 1 are for healthy volunteers. Phase 2 are the first time they are being done in the therapeutic area of interest. Phase 3 are done on more people, and they are longer than the phase 2s. Sometimes they go 52 weeks or more for study duration on thousands of patients throughout the country with the same therapeutic condition. But unlike a phase 2, where they're trying to find a safe and effective dose for a small number of patients, let's say several hundred, in a phase 3, they're trying to see the long-term safety and efficacy in even more patients and more inclusive to more patients, meaning they can have other medical conditions and still usually be allowed to join the study in phase 3. After a phase 3 study, if the company thinks that, if the sponsor thinks that the study results are good, they will submit it to the FDA, which is the regulator in this space, what's called a NDA, new drug application. And the FDA takes time to review it. Usually it's a year, and they will decide whether the study drug is approved or whether it needs to have more testing undergone in order to make that determination. So if it's approved, the drug gets approved, it's available for market. Drug companies can start sending sales representatives to doctors' offices to get them to consider prescribing the medication. If it's not, the sponsor company has a decision to make. Do we go back and redo the study based on the FDA's recommendations? So that is in a nutshell what a clinical trial is. Again, I recommend you go to my channel, you subscribe, and then you watch that 4.5-hour long video because it goes into great detail, discusses who the clinical research coordinators are, it discusses who the clinical research associates are, who the principal investigators are, which are the physicians doing the studies, what protocols are, what IRBs are in great detail. But this was just an intro primer, trying to keep it under 5 minutes. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and welcome to all the new people. Bye-bye.